Hey Hooper, I'm really excited to share with you the lift. This is a move that really opens up your flow and hoop practice, being able to bring your hoop from on body to off body. If you don't know what the lift is, it goes something like this. You'll be spinning it in waist hooping, ordinary hula hooping if you will, and grasping it from behind the back, drawing it up and overhead into lasso. You want to be able to comfortably spin the hoop around your waist, as well as spinning the hoop above your head in lasso. If you haven't learned either of these, take a moment to visit some of the other videos that I've done. I'll leave the links in the description below. However, I am going to break down a little bit of the lasso right here, just so as you can have a chance to understand the mechanics of this movement. So, to bring the hoop up overhead in lasso, I like to start with my hand palm facing up, starting on my lower right side and sweeping across my body up to the left side. You'll notice that you're going to hold on really tight until the hoop is above head level, at which time you can open your hand and all that momentum transfers into the hoop. I'm going to show it to you from the other direction as well. So starting palm up, I bring it across my body and up where I open my hand and it's in lasso. With that said, this is a great way to get yourself comfortable into that movement, having a hoop spin near or above your head. However, from the lift, you'll be encountering a thumb to forefinger switch. So we can practice this here as well. Instead of starting palm facing up, turn your hand palm facing down with your thumb tucked just inside the hoop. Starting the same way, lower right, pulling up to upper left, you'll notice that the hoop is going to spin onto your thumb and then onto your forefingers. Some things you don't want to do is close your fist to make that transition because it makes your thumb a lot shorter. So opening up your hand to be palm to the ceiling can help immensely. Take some time to just get comfortable with this, and honestly, don't think about it too much, just feel what's going on. Watching can also feel a little bit more tricky, just because the hoop is so near your head, you might just get a little bit nervous and flinch and move in ways that you wouldn't normally. So take some time just to get used to that. From there, we're going to find the movement that our arm is doing to bring the hoop from around our waist to above our head. For this, we're actually just going to place our hoop on the floor. So I naturally hoop to my left, so I'll be using my right hand. If you hoop to your right, you're going to be using your left hand. For me, I'm going to start teaching this with my right hand. So my right hand is going to go on my low back, about mid-back, with my middle finger just above my tailbone. From here, my hand is going to drag from my low back to my belly button and up through the center and above. Some things you want to note is that my arm isn't sweeping really far away. This does two things. It makes your shoulder very weak and puts it into a bit of a vulnerable position. Also, you aren't able to make a very tight fist in that position either. It just gets all kinds of awkward. Plus, the hoop will get caught on your body on the far side and it'll just stop the move from occurring. So, keeping that hand nice and close and traveling to your center or beyond. If you stop too early, it can be harder to bring your arm up. So going center or beyond will help to bring your arm directly up, making that transition for the hoop to go onto your thumb, onto your forefingers. Now before we start spinning this hoop around our waist, attempting to catch it and bring it up, we're going to learn it from a standstill. I'm going to grab my hula hoop here. Placing it around my body, I'm going to grasp it with my right hand in the back, and then I'm going to use my left hand to just pick the hoop up and brace it in a nice horizontal position. From here, you'll notice that my left elbow is really close to my body, so I have good control over the hoop. And from here, I'm going to use my whole body to help bring the hoop up. Using this lunging motion helps to keep my hoop more horizontal and putting the momentum into the hoop to bring it above my head. Oftentimes what happens is it droops down and gets stuck at our body, our arm ends up going really far away from ourselves, making it harder to get that motion correctly. So to break this down, holding onto the hoop with my right hand, bracing it with my left. I turn to the right, and as I pivot to the left, I bring my arm from my low back to my center and up above my head. Nicely done. If you do this with right current hula hooping, you'll be placing your left hand at the back, right hand bracing, starting on the left side, pivoting to the right, and bringing the hoop above your head into lasso. Some things to note is you don't necessarily have to go fast. It's better to think powerful than fast, otherwise things can get a little bit harder to bring consciousness or awareness to how your body is moving. So take your time with this movement. If the lunge feels a little bit weird, you can also spin in a full circle to help you get this movement. So the circle spin can actually help, especially when you're using waist hula hooping into the catch to bring it up into the lift, which I'm going to break down here for you. So the hoop is spinning around my waist, going left current, so I'll be using my right hand. Something to practice here is using your right hand at your low back and allowing the hoop to spin over your hand. You'll notice that the hoop is going more over my fingers or rather than my palm. I found it to be a little bit harder to maintain this movement over my palm, but you do what feels comfortable to you. So just over my hands. Now, we don't want to try and chase and catch the hoop this way because our arm will go farther away from our body. So instead, when you feel it in your hand, squeeze and follow that momentum upwards into the lift. Of course, you can use that spin I was mentioning. So it's spinning, I feel it in my hand, I close my hand, and I begin to turn, bringing it up above my head. Spinning is a very valuable tool because it slows down the movement of the hoop, giving you more time to find that pace and specific movement that you need to get the hoop above. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I wish you all the best and happy hooping. Bye.